Spark, the Firefly, a story of compassion and guiding light. In a magical meadow deep within the forest, there lived a tiny little firefly named Spark. Spark loved to flit and fly around the meadow, showing off its beautiful bright light to anyone who cared to watch. But one day, as Spark was admiring its own light, it heard a tiny moan coming from somewhere nearby. Curious, Spark followed the sound until it reached a small group of lost insects. There was a big bumblebee who had flown too far from his hive, a ladybug who had gotten caught in a gust of wind, and a snail who had wandered too far from his home. Spark felt a pang of compassion for the lost insects and knew it had to do something to help. As it flew around the group, it noticed something peculiar. Its light cast a path, illuminating the way back home for the poor lost insects. With each flash of its colorful light, the insects followed, and soon they had all arrived safely back to their homes. From then on, Spark had a new mission in life. Whenever it saw a lost insect, it would use its guiding light to help them find their way home safely. And the more it helped, the more stronger its light became. But one day, Spark found itself in a bit of a sticky situation. It had flown too far from home and was hopelessly lost. As it pondered its predicament, it heard a familiar moan. Following the sound, Spark found the same group of insects it had rescued before, only this time they were too lost to help Spark find its way back home. But Spark didn't lose hope. Instead, it remembered how it had helped the insects before and shown its guiding light for them again. The insects followed the light, and soon they all arrived back at their rightful homes. As Spark flew back home, it realized something important. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference. Its guiding light had helped the poor lost insects, but in the end, it also helped guide Spark back home. From then on, Spark continued to use its guiding light to help lost insects find their way home, never forgetting the power of compassion and being a guiding light to others.